Do you have any advice for our clients, others, how to argue the case or the ROI of the magic of bringing people together?
The reality is one size doesn't fit all.
Yeah.
It's very situational. So I think you have to be really clear on the outcomes and what it can achieve in those moments. But then when you do use that time, how can you repurpose and leverage that moment for the balance of the year? I'll give you an example. I had one very senior executive, new team. We did something as simple as a new manager assimilation and priority setting. And we did a lot of work up front. And that leader in particular was just like super self-aware, knew this was a moment where it's like, this is the first time we're getting this team together. So how do I show up in a really authentic way, somewhat vulnerable way? And that day and a half changed everything for them for the year.
I bet. Yeah.
They had, because they saw that leader in a new light, they got to know each other in a way that was off the screen. And they used that moment to remind themselves how to keep themselves accountable and sustain that through the balance of the year. Focus on the outcomes. Look at how do you sustain that. This is oftentimes, if you're in a lean community, Leslie, for example, you're always looking at a Kaizen of where you're at the place of work and getting the problem solved in that time frame. You're always looking at sustaining that. So look at that moment and how do you continue that to make sure that that impact continues to go through the year. And then be really critical of what would you do differently the next time you're together as well.